Welcome to the Healing Circle. I'm Jerry Cates, the Courage and Grace Coach. My mission is to help you gain self-confidence so you can have a more meaningful life. And we heal by releasing that past trauma, right? We build our skills and get more confidence and really stand in a more powerful place when we're thinking or facing that past. So this is any support group. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to hit. Okay, so this isn't a support group. It's a transformational skills practice group. One of the best ways we can heal is by taking 100% responsibility for our own life. So this is an opportunity to do that. This is a place where you roll up your sleeves and you do some inner work, and you have the opportunity to grow in this space. So make an intention to learn something new from tonight and apply it to your life, because this is how miracles happen. When you agree, Tammy?
Yes.
You just know what is important and stick to it. And I know Aquila will agree with that too, that this is how miracles happen. You go where the energy is. So I'm Jerry Cates, your coach, your mentor on this journey. So we're streaming into Secrets to Becoming an Empowered Woman on YouTube and the Elevate Network. So a shout out to everybody. I am focusing on the group here. So if you're in the Facebook group, put hashtag live if you're seeing this live, or hashtag replay if you're seeing the replay. It'll be wonderful to get some feedback from you too. So I want to acknowledge you for being here. And I want you to acknowledge yourself, because you showed up for something to take better care of yourself, right? To expand your experience, to learn more powerful tools so you can apply them to your life. So a big yes. Pat yourself on the back, for being here, for showing up. Let me share with you how the call is going to go today. As usual, we'll start with a meditation. We'll review the shared agreements, and then we'll get into, we'll do a little connection and set an intention for tonight. And then we'll dive into our topic. So tonight, there's going to be a lot of writing. So I hope you have a pen and paper handy. To make sure I got my phone here. All right. So what we're going to do is this resume document. And you may have done something like it before with me, but it's a new year and this is a great time to do it. And at the end, you'll have this powerful document that you can review every day, and it'll help you stay in alignment with your value and your contribution. My big sister tells me that if you've had trauma like we have in our life, that we have to work on our self-worth every day, right? We have to check in with it. And I just want to shine a light on that. I think a lot of us have to do that. So this is a powerful tool in helping you do that. Okay. So right now I want to invite you to put everything to one side. If you're somewhere, make sure you won't be disturbed. And if you must get up and move around, go ahead and put the camera off, although I'm not touching my camera. So much trouble with it. I'm just not touching it. Okay. Let me take a breath. Let's begin. So close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Now gently taking a deep breath in and releasing and exhaling. Just feeling your body just drain all the breath, and then inhale again and exhale and releasing and letting go, feeling that wave of relaxation. And inhale one more time and exhale and releasing. And as you continue to slow down your breathing in and out, move your awareness down your body to your hips, and then down your legs, down the soles of your feet. And continue to slow down your breathing in and out. Move your awareness down your body to your hips. That was Alexa. That kind of threw me. Wow. Okay, so take time to get connected. Okay, let's start that over again. So just slowing down your breathing and move your awareness, start at your head and move it down your body, down, down, down to your hips. And now move it down your legs to the soles of your feet and into the earth. And feel a sensation of connecting to Mother Earth. Just hooking in to Mother Earth and feeling that sensation of being grounded, connected. Taking another deep breath and moving your awareness down your body, and this time settling in your hip area, in your pelvic bowl. This is right at your root chakra. This is an energy center. It is a circle of energy, vibration, and frequency. Its color is red. This wheel of energy is associated with your sense of security, familial relationships, and your feelings of home. It's about safety. When energy is flowing through this first chakra, you feel firmly grounded in yourself and in the world around you. Expand your awareness into your pelvic bowl, deep into your hips, expanding this feeling of being grounded, safe, and bravely setting healthy boundaries with others. See yourself moving forward in your life toward the things and situations you deeply desire. See yourself holding presence with first attention on yourself, on your own resources, your own gifts. Second, attention on the field. Third, attention on others. And then feel that sensation of being in all of those places at once. See yourself feeding others from your overflow. See yourself taking care of you, amazing care of you, as if you're your dearest friend, and feeding others from your overflow, from your saucer, not from your cup. See yourself standing in your power as you stand up for yourself, as you set healthy boundaries with others, with confidence. Use that skill that you have used on others' behalf and use it on your own behalf now. Be open and curious so you're open to different perspectives. And with each breath, let go of any thoughts, let go of any feelings, and allow your awareness to drop even deeper and wider, expanding outward to the edges of your body, expanding and feeling so much openness and curiosity, connecting to your deeper knowing, connecting to spirit, connecting to your intuition. Moving your awareness out as you step into a golden ring of illuminate light, a golden ring of power. Invite your wise adult self into this circle of power. Get into a place in your life where you feel most confident and competent and most powerful. Begin to sense and feel this adult part of you becoming stronger and stronger. Go to a time when the adult part of you acted wisely on your behalf. Feel this adult part of you getting stronger and stronger each day. And as this part gets stronger, you find a deep sense of internal security like never before. This is the new and very positive feeling to know that there is a strong and healthy adult within you that is always there to take charge of things. Live in touch with how good this feels to have this adult present to make wise choices. Your wise adults. This is where you access your genius and your brilliance. This is where you access your deeper desires. Imagine yourself stepping back from your own body, seeing through your own eyes, listening through your own ears. Experience breathing as your most capable self, hearing, sensing, just stepping in and having the experience of fully accessing your most capable self. Make a movement or take a posture that expresses that self inside of you. You are bringing your wise adult self into your power center. And now expanding your awareness to the edges of the room, just softening the edges, becoming aware of yourself as already connected to a larger field and force of life. Expanding your awareness around the circle, feeling a sense of connection to me, feeling a sense of connection to the others that are here with us and others on this path of personal discovery. Bringing the fullness of your own inner resources powerfully here online now. Tonight, let this radiant, wise adult self light be filled with openness, curiosity, and presence as we explore the possibilities and learning new skills and ways of being in our evolving relationships. And we say yes, and so it is, and so it shall be. Yay. Okay. So quick on shared agreements, and really I bring them up to highlight them so that you can take them into your life. So zero negativity and being 100% responsible for your own experience and well-being. We're not going into any raw or deeply unhealed territory or emotionally charged issues. If you have something going on, reach out to me. I agree to take full responsibility for my own experience and always relate to myself as the source of my experience. If I'm the reason, then now I'm in charge here. I can take care of it. I can do something about it. But if I'm the victim and it's at someone else's hand, then I'm out of power. There's no power in that. I agree that everything that is happening in my life and here is an opportunity to grow my ability to show up more powerfully. Yes. I commit to sharing power and possibility to elevate the energy. Yes. And I commit to celebrating, mirroring, and amplifying the brilliance and power of other members in the group and in my life. Take that into your life, amplifying, mirroring, and celebrating. And I commit to being generative and growth and solution oriented in the face of any breakdowns in my life and with other participants and during these workshops. So just thinking about that, making that commitment to be growth and solution oriented. And I commit to respecting other members, and we're not selling anything here. Okay, so let's do the resume exercise. So the first thing I want to talk about, though, is a couple of things about, I want to invite you to be open-minded, because confidence, what we want to do is look at it like confidence is an asset for me, right? Instead of being in that space of, oh, I need more confidence, or I feel unsure, or, so it's shifting to confidence is an asset for me, and looking at it as something of value that contributes to you. Be your number one cheerleader. Right? Because you take you with you all the time, everywhere. Be your number one cheerleader. Tammy dropped out. Let me just peek and see if that's what her internet went out. Okay, be your number one cheerleader. Okay, so we do life in patterns. When you change a pattern, you create the possibility of transformation. If I'm saying, I'll never find love, I would change that to, my soulmate can't wait to meet me. You see the shift? And notice the little things you say to yourself that could be suspect, right? That could be on the negative side and a pattern that you're continuing. And we might think it, catch ourselves thinking it, and then censor that out. Cancel that thought and then shift to, I'm so happy and excited that I'm manifesting the man of my dreams, that he meets me on many levels. We just really have to get comfortable with talking about what it is we want, right? I might say, oh, I want a relationship. Well, that's pretty vague and open, right? So what kind of relationship? Do I want friendships? Do I want a significant other? Do I want, a love relationship? Do I just want a friend? What do I want? And then naming it and giving yourself permission to name it. So self-talk. So make sure you are being kind to yourself when you're talking to yourself. Do you regularly I can't do that, regularly acknowledge yourself and say, or think about it this way. If you say 10 negative statements a day, that's 3,650 a year, right? So what if you say 10 positive statements a day, and that's 3,650 positive statements? Do you think that will make a better impact than the negative? But yeah, just practicing 10 positive statements a day. Let's see. So decrease the critical and be kind to yourself, and acknowledge yourself 10 times a day. Everything counts. I lost my dad last year. Everything counts. When you lose someone you love, and I know that Aquila, your mom, passed away many years ago, and we think about them and we realize everything counts. It counts. So fall in love, love the pennies in your life, fall in love with the micro improvements. Right? The little bits, the better little small improvements, just celebrate them. Okay. Here's another one. You can't unring the bell, right? Once you know, you know. And I like to put this with this. When you know the power of your words, or how powerful your words are, you're much more careful about what you say. When you realize that what you're putting out there, you're creating it by your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. So you can't unring the bell. We become what we think. Okay, so let's go into, let me make sure I got all my little things that I wanted to do. Oh, here's one. Okay. So ask yourself in 0 to 10 in the last 30 days. And 10 is really 100% commitment to yourself and to what your purpose and what you're, striving toward. 5 is halfway there. My coach Eric used to say he's a 7+, and his coach got on him and said, why aren't you a 10? Why aren't you shooting for a 10 every day instead of 7+? So what I want to invite you to do is to take a look at your last 30 days and where were you in that. Oh, I forgot to let you guys talk. I got so rattled earlier. I'm sorry. But that last 30 days, where have you been, right? Have you been a 5? Have you been a 7? Have you been a 10, right? So, okay. You know what? I'm going to pause here a moment and just kind of check in with you, Aquila. Is any of this landing?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think that we check in on ourselves at all, really. Like, we're thinking about everybody else, what's going on with life, and not really thinking about doing a self-check.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So
yeah.
That's important. And it also keeps goals in mind too when you do that on a daily basis.
Right. It's like and the thing is, we do that if we're on a job, we go in there and figure out what are the goals of the day and we go and do them. But you're right. We don't typically, or, you know, a lot of us don't, as a rule, do that for ourselves. You know, we just kind of hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this new meditation practice, and the idea is to do it, get into deep relaxation and do visualization first thing in the morning and last thing before bed. And the idea is you're in that more twilight, right? That especially when you first wake up, before you totally awake, if you can, you know, visualize what it is you want to experience. You know, like this morning, I was visualizing me at my new desk with the window, with conifers, you know, evergreens out the window, right? Me and my new home with my new desk, and it's all clean, and I have a nice setup, and I'm talking to people, right? So really feeling it. And we've done hypnotherapy, and you know, in hypnotherapy you notice all the details, right? And so in the creative visualization you want to notice all the details, right? And create all the details. Like maybe someone's thing is they want to create love, so you may not be able to see the person, but feel the presence. Right. You know what I've been doing is, because I'm manifesting love this year, I have been playing, there's a handful of love songs that I just love to hear, right? One of them is Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. I will play that song and put my hand on my heart and imagine dancing with my beloved. And it sometimes brings tears to my eyes because I'm so there. So getting in touch with what we want, you know, what we desire. And what's desire mean? It means what the stars shall bring, right? That's way different than a goal. You know, what the stars shall bring. So anyway, that's a little bit about manifesting. I'm working on a music. I've got a guy, Richard Carr, who is doing some music for meditation, where you go into meditation, into visualization, and then you come out and you do your affirmations. But I'll let you know when that's ready. So let's do the resume. Now, have you ever done this one before?
I don't know if I have.
Well, we'll start it and see. So I've totally lost time. So what I'm going to do is set it for 3 minutes at a point. I'm going to ask you a question. And then what I want you to do is leave space so that you can come back and spend more time on it, right? Because we don't have a lot of time here, and we've lost a lot of time tonight. Let me just get my stopwatch going. So the first one is, so there are 5 questions, and we're going to write on each one. And I'm not going to tell you what they are until we get to them, because I don't want you thinking about anything but the one you're on. So I have the first, you want to finish this sentence. I have many purposes in life. And then start naming them. I have many purposes in life. My camera's doing it again. That one's going.
Oh no.
All right. So I'm going to set it. I'm going to set it for 3 minutes. Okay. And go ahead and start writing. And I'm going to do it too. So start writing your purposes. Like I have, my purpose is to help women heal. My purpose is to empower others. My purpose, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about, is to help others discover their gifts within. My purpose is to care for animals, you know, so whatever it is. So just kind of let it like spirit flow. So my purpose is If you're tuning in, we are answering the question, my purpose in life is, or finishing the question, my purpose in life is. We're taking a look at our purpose. So just letting it flow, writing down whatever comes to mind, to teach, to be in love, whatever comes for you. About 45 seconds. And winding it down. Oh, yeah. All right. And how did that feel?
Um, some of it's kind of hard to think about,
Mhm.
I think, because we don't always see ourselves as others see us, and what we're good at, or what they see that we're good at, you know.
Mhm.
So that is a hard question to answer.
Mhm. And you know, I just like to empower women. My purpose is to teach. My purpose is to sing, you know, to love deeply, to be in love, to be a role model for my grandchildren, you know, to help others discover themselves, to love and be loved. I'm all about love, you know, but it kind of hones it down some though, you know, because you can start to see some of the things that are important to you, right?
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
matter, right? And that's the idea of that. Okay, let's go to the next one. You ready? My
Yes.
natural, or so the next one's natural gifts and talents. And make sure you leave space after, so because you'll think of more stuff. You go, oh, I should have put that. So my natural gifts and talents. And go. And it might be, I'm going to throw a few out there. Then I'm courageous, resilient, deep compassion. Natural gifts and talents include so if you're joining us, we are writing down our natural gifts and talents. We're taking the 3 minutes to just let them flow, leave space so that you can come back and add things, because you're going to think of stuff later and think, oh, I need to add that to my resume. In 2 minutes. My natural gifts and talents. This is an opportunity to actually toot your horn. You gotta let go of that imposter syndrome, that idea that it can't be true. Just dig in and allow those gifts and talents to surface. My natural gifts and talents. And about 45 seconds. And winding up your natural gifts and talents. And stop. And so how did that feel?
Like a pat on the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. And that's the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next part is skills and training. And I want you to go back to, even if you, like I was a lifeguard at camp, right? I mean, as many things, you won this, or you got an award at school, or you got an award at work, or whatever it was. Okay, so did I say skills and training? I'm talking accomplishments. I'm ahead of myself. Bear with me. Skills and training. We want to come back. So these are things that you've like maybe you went to college. I have developed the following. Public speaking skills, strategies on putting a program together. You know what I mean? So skills and training. So go, skills and training. Skills and training. So if you're just joining us, we're listing your skills and training. We're taking 3 minutes to list skills and training. Things that you've accomplished, trainings you've accomplished, skills you've developed. Think of what you're good at. Make sure you put that in there. Maybe you're good at writing. Don't forget to include those things that seem like they don't matter or little. Or maybe public speaking. And even if you don't think you're really good at something, if you have a little bit of that skill, give yourself credit for it, right? Give yourself credit. This is kind of like a big pat on the back. So we're writing our skills and training. And one more minute. Skills and training. Leaving space to add more. And about 40 seconds left. And winding down, skills and training. And stop. So how did that feel? Listing skills and training.
That one felt a little tougher to do. I'm not sure why.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe you had to think a little more.
You had to think a little bit more.
Yeah.
So later you might go, oh, I got that skill. I can put that down. I got that skill. I can put that down. And that's what I want to invite. It's like, ooh, and put that on my resume. Because the idea is when you do reflect it, you go, wow, okay, yeah, I'm pretty cool there, And then there's no room for those low thoughts in that. Right. There, for low thoughts, like I'm not enough. I'll never get this right. And there's no room for that when you do something like this. Okay. So the next one is accomplishments. Now, this is where your degree goes or your schooling it could be, I wrote Winterland concerts. I went to so many Days on the Green and Winterland concerts when I was a teenager. I can't even tell you how many. So I'm sure I have a badge for concert going.
I like that.
So it could be stuff like that, Okay, we'll start the clock, and then I'll keep feeding it a little bit. Or it could be like I worked in a cafe that my grandparents had when I was little. A kid taking money and working in the cafe. That was an accomplishment. Not everybody got to do that. So what accomplishments can you write down or can you gather? Here's one for me: to live through my childhood with a positive and optimistic attitude. That's an accomplishment, right? Accomplishments. And we're just filling out, if you're just joining us, we're going through a resume exercise and we're taking 3 minutes to write down our accomplishments, things that we've accomplished, making a list that we can review. We're halfway there, about a minute and a half left. Accomplishments. And about 30 seconds left. What's that? Accomplishments. Okay, How was that?
I still had trouble with that one too.
Can you see though that did it loosen the thread a little bit?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Just the act of writing them down, right? Of
Yeah.
having to think about it. It kind of loosens the thread a little bit so you can unravel it and see more of it. One of mine was I raised a son who is a beautiful soul of a man. That's an accomplishment. And it wasn't easy. He tested it. Or I was a lifeguard at camp, or I graduated high school a semester early. You know, just whatever it is, just filling it out with whatever it is. Nita sent me a text. She said that she fell asleep with my meditation.
Oh.
She fell asleep.
I put that I finished my first year of college and 13 years married, but 20 years together with my husband.
Beautiful.
So that's an accomplishment for sure. And helped raise my nephew, who is a young adult, and finished cosmetology school. I've also been to several states in the United States, and that's not something that everybody can say they've accomplished. So that's kind of cool.
So how's that feel talking about it?
It feels good.
It does, huh? It does.
Yeah.
Just kind of gather up all those things and verbalize them. And, you know, it's like stringing them together. It's like, oh, look at that. I've done that. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
Making that snowflake garland,
yeah.
right?
You know what I think of garland, and I thought about this the other day with Christmas and all. When I was little, my mom and dad would pop corn, and we would string it, and then the next year, I mean, for the Christmas tree, you know, and the next year we'd come back to the stuff, and there'd be this old strung popcorn. Did we hang on the tree again? Stringing it. It was such an accomplishment to have these long strands, you know, you talk about accomplishments. So now the next one, I want to take us into the future. So now you see the idea is you had this experience of kind of digging in and looking around and seeing what's important, you know, what your purpose is, what your gifts are, what skills and training, and then accomplishments. Now let's just look to the future. And what is, you know, and make a list of the things you want to accomplish. Ready? Go. Okay. This is my favorite part. If you're just joining us or wondering what we're doing, we are doing a resume project, and we are writing down, taking a few minutes to write down our future accomplishments, what we want to accomplish in our life. Just keep writing, 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 writing. Future accomplishments. Got about a minute and a half left. 1 minute left. All right. 45 seconds. Future accomplishments. Just dig in there. What is it you want? What do you want? And 30 seconds. And that's 3 minutes. Okay. So going through that journey and doing each one, how did that feel? That final one,
That final one.
the future accomplishments.
It felt like I could figure out a little bit more of what I wanted as we went through the steps.
Mhm. Yeah, because it kind of gave you permission, made you take stock on where you are, right?
Mhm.
Kind of helps you take stock on where you want to go. So the important thing is to read through this every day, right? Just to, especially the future one, right? It's like reading your goals, but really feeling it, checking in. This is a way of checking in and of opening up so that you can explore what it is you want to create. Because the only thing keeping us from creating what we want is ourselves. It's our inaction or not believing in ourselves, or, and we have years and years of habits, which are called paradigms, right? Paradigms. Years and years of habits. So it's going to take time to reprogram it. But I know you already know that you've done some reprogramming, and, like when you catch yourself saying something negative, you shift it, right? Betty Bethard, she was a mystic and a metaphysical teacher, and she would say when she had a negative thought or said something negative, she'd go cancel, 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 and then think a new thought or say a new thought. So it's kind of like,
I like that.
Yeah, it's almost like a
delete on the computer. Delete,
Yeah.
delete.
Yeah, whatever works, right? And then now that you got that out of the way, it's almost like it creates a vacuum. You get that out of the way, and now there's room for something greater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
really powerful. Okay, I have no idea. Let me get an idea of what the time is.
Oh, it's 6:03.
And we probably started a little bit after. So tell me key takeaways from this, or was this helpful?
Yeah, it definitely was helpful. I'd like to do it even with my husband, and just the two of us go back and do it on our own and do, what did you do, like 30 seconds at a time or something with each
3
goal?
minutes.
Or with each, 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd like to do that with my husband, and just to see what his goals are and how he sees himself. I think that's important.
Would he do something like it? Would he do something like that?
Yeah, I think he'd actually have fun with this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
So 3 minutes
Very
at
cool.
a time.
Yeah, just my intention is just to dabble in a little bit, but you could see by going through the process how you start to think differently.
Yeah.
Right? Stand in a different position. You're like, wow, I have all these skills and experience, and I have this purpose, and it really is powerful. I'm gonna do one more piece.
Okay.
This one's about forgiveness. Because if I am holding something with someone, it's not hurting them, it's hurting me, right? If I'm holding, a grudge or anger or hurt or resentment or all of that stuff but when we don't let go, we don't have the ability to see the good and the better.
Mm-hmm.
So think about who do I need to forgive, right? And you might jot a few things down. Who do you need to forgive? And I would invite you to include yourself in that list, right? To be able to just to let it go. Now, one great way of doing or getting to forgiveness is I'm trying to think what it's called. Purge letter. A purge letter. You write everything. You write 3 letters. You pick. It's usually your caregiver from when you were growing up. That's the best place to start. And even if you thought you had the best, mother in the world or father in the world, there's still probably some things there that could be worked out, right? So, the first letter is how they made or what they did to you, and you just listed off they did this, they did that, they did this, they did that. You can number it. I don't care. But the idea is just make that list, and keep going until there's no more. Then sign it. The second letter in the purge letter, the second letter is about how it made you feel. So what I would do is take the first letter and say, look at the first line and see what they did. It made me feel this. You don't have to rewrite the whole thing, but it made me feel this way. Or I felt abandoned. But working down the list and getting those feelings for every one of those things that you wrote is so powerful. And sign that one off. And the third letter is about lending understanding, taking the big picture. Like for me, my mom, I bet, or she was abusive, and I bet she had some abuse. I can't even imagine how bad it must have been for her. So just trying to understand, there's a lot I don't know about her upbringing. Wow, I wonder how hard that was, right? Just lending understanding. Yeah. And I don't know how to deal, if it's like a sexual abuse or something like that, it's definitely something you want to talk to a counselor about. I don't know how you look at the big picture for that. Let's just be plain and simple. But we do know that when people abuse sexually, a lot of times they were abused as a child sexually. So no excuse, but it lends some understanding of why that might happen, So, but going back to it, lending understanding, maybe they had a rough time, or maybe they didn't have the support they needed, or whatever it was, but really, finishing that letter off with taking a step back and, I can understand why this happened. You probably didn't have a lot of support. You didn't have people in your life you could depend on and open up to, or role model for you better behaviors, whatever it is that helps you heal that. And then when you're done, you sign that, and you can either burn it. I'm not really one for sending it to the person, because, I don't think that's going to, then you can't be as free, right? Because you want it to flow.
But it's not going to help them either.
It's not going to help them. You might have a conversation out of that. You might have a wiser conversation with them and be able to shift your relationship then, because you're no longer carrying this resentment or anger or hurt, or at least that's minimized some, right? It's not at the forefront in directing your relationship in negative ways, emotional ways. But yeah, forgiveness. So who you need to forgive, and you might make a list. Here's another way of working it out. Okay. So say you make a list of the people that have wronged you, and you go to the first name on the list, and this is a in my bedroom, make a lot of noise kind of thing. Like, this is my opportunity to cry, to get mad, to yell, to cuss, to tell them off, right? Until I'm spent, until there's no more. It's kind of like hypnotherapy when we're extinguishing. It's kind of a venting thing. So, and then when you're done, you take a break. And when you're ready, you go to the next name on the list. And I found this very powerful, but by someone that I felt had really wronged me and took advantage of me. And it helped me work that out so that I wasn't carrying that resentment all the time, because that resentment made me feel like I couldn't trust others. I didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't like that. All right. So, key takeaways.
I feel like I'm learning more about myself. That's for sure. And I did leave room for each one so I could kind of go back and look at them, because sometimes when I'm on the spot, I don't always remember everything right away either.
Right.
So
well,
yeah.
The idea is that it opens it up, so the flow's coming, right? So you start to think about it, and like I said, you'll go, "Ooh, I get to add that," But here's the thing: when we're done tonight, go through and read it aloud. Read the whole thing aloud, and then notice how you feel. And that's what I want you to do when you go every day to do it, to go read it aloud. Just try it for a few days to see, how that helps you feel more connected to who you truly are. Because isn't that the truth about what we're doing? We're tuning in to who we really are, so that we can figure out what we really want and then move toward it. All right. It's a great thing to do at the beginning of a year.
Especially between that and purging. Like, I think those two things are actually, I think the purging gives you more room to see the better side of things too. Once you have that out, like you said, we hold space for things. And if we're still holding space for things that we're holding on to that we don't need, we're letting go of that, which gives us more room for the better things.
Well, not only that, but it creates a vacuum.
Yeah.
In other words, that moves that and it draws it in. Right. You're right. It creates space, but also by your intention and being open to it, it draws it in, and it's like, now you have this new thing. Yeah. Creates a vacuum. Yeah.
Right. One of my friends told me that, that I was meant for greatness. And I never heard that before about myself. And I thought it was really beautiful. So
I've got a card up here. It says, God's got big plans for me. When you hear something like that from a friend, someone is, what they're doing is seeing your possibility, right? They're seeing more possibility than you can see in that moment, but they're opening that up. Yeah. That touched you, huh? Yeah. Yeah. That's a good friend. Yeah. They see your light. Right. And so creating those friendships and those connections, where you can be there for each other in that way. Right. A lot of times people don't give compliments, or they don't feel comfortable saying it, saying something. But boy, being on the receiving end of a compliment or an acknowledgement is so powerful, and it just propels you forward, right? It ignites, your possibilities. It shines a light on how your value that we forget, you know, that we have value, right? That
Yeah.
we're worth. Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you came, Aquila. Thanks for hanging in there. I don't know what's going on with my technical stuff, but
That's okay. At least we got through it.
oh, we did.
You know.
We did. And there's a recording to help others. Okay. So just for anyone else, you can reach out to me at jerrycates.com/meet me to get on a quick call if you want to take any of this even deeper. And we'll be back next Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm open to ideas on what to do next. So add something to this comment or whatever, but you only have a couple days because I got to plan ahead. Anyway, thank you for coming, Aquila. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me end this book.